Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld, and I've reconfigured this a little bit. I moved it. I might move this airlock or maybe do something about that. We'll figure it out. We have all our floor-mounted hydroponics in here. It saved us like 1,000 watts of power, so not huge, but every little bit helps. During the day, we are grid excess 1000, and that's with our arcs reset back to just regular 100% operation. I did install some solar paneling. So we have solar paneling on the outsides here. We might do a little more, but we'll see about it. We did go off screen up into the second layer of atmosphere. We mined a rich compact plasteel asteroid, and it gave us like 31,000 plasteel. Yeah, we're at 30,000 now. So that's been a little crazy. I have gotten everyone switched over to the Conclavian xenotype, except our two high mates. I'm very nervous about losing our really high social pawns, so I want to preserve them as that until we can get them great social to go along with their xenotype. I did convert Lucien. We didn't do a custom for him, so he's just got heat weakness and vacuum resistance. And with that, I extracted a bunch of vac skin glands, and replaced them with armor skin. So we are doing pretty good. Down here, we built a couple composite refineries. It takes the antimatter and plasteel and it turns it into antimatter composite. Oh, we have a crazy amount. I didn't realize that we were making that much. Well, I guess 750 is not a crazy amount, but we are desperately out of steel. We have, I think, like 73 steel. Like, if we have any steel. Oh my god. Where would it be? We don't need to look for it. So we are gonna hit up one of those asteroids. So we are research-wise doing more of this hypertech stuff. We'll queue that up. Hypertech synthesis. Oh, we can do the multi-barrel guns. Antimatter railgun we can't do yet. The reactor we can queue up. I'm very nervous about that. If we take a look at what we have available to us, we have the reactor injector. I'm not sure what this does. We have mines that we can make. We have this thunder gun, which is pretty beefy looking gun. Let's take a look at this. Takes in contained antimatter and fires it as a beam into the antimatter reactor. The beam is possible thanks to a cylindrical AT field that both were AT field that both repels regular matter and confines antimatter, allowing for otherwise impossible suspended vacuum to be created in midair. If the beam is fired without a reactor to collect it, the fired antimatter will annihilate upon contact with any matter, quickly destroying it. This could be a wall, an enemy, or a colonist. Watch out. Okay, that sounds terrifying. I guess we'll hold on to that until we get our reactor going. Let's go ahead and launch. We do have a rich compacted steel asteroid up there. But next, why do I have so few people available? Oh, are they doing like a ritual or something? No. Hello, crew. Let's make sure we're selecting the right one. And now it's even fewer people. Is it because I've restricted them? What if I just tell these guys to get onto the ship? Oh, they're attending a wedding of some sort. Is that what's going on? Attending a marriage ceremony. Oh my gosh, I didn't even catch that. Who is getting married? Colonists are gathering for Damiana's and Mila's marriage. That is very sweet. It was very disturbing for a moment, but very sweet. right in front of the garden. That is. Actually, that's a really good spot. Where's our gopher? Hello, little gopher. That's wild animals. Nichols. Oh, Nichols is hanging out in our cafeteria area. We do have our little metal horror scanner. I had it out here for a little while. We'll keep it around just in case. I would like it to be over here. What if we mounted it on the outside of the station? Oh, and we need to do this in order to fix that. Or we could just ignore it. We have no steel. Okay. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. And then I guess I'll have like a little meal, right? I did put in another nutrient paste tap because I saw people just like going and grabbing raw food to eat. This is a very long marriage ceremony. Okay. These guys are heading to the ship now. We will go ahead and get them launched. And after we replenish steel, we will get back on task and we will head down to that crypto forge site. Okay, that's everyone, right? Zoe, a very good co-pilot, Cristobal. We will not call you guys in. It's already loaded up with the mechs that we need. The asteroids up here, though, they do have something else. The plasteel one that we encountered, it had an insect hive in it. So we'll take a look at that. We are able to get some nice loot from the insect hive, include some grav panels and a grav core. So we'll hop down there so that you guys can see it. Okay, so I put mining plans down before we landed. And we'll just tell the mechs to get started on that. This is... Okay, I was going to say, this doesn't look like we can get into it, but we can. So, everyone get on board. I guess Nietzsche got to a social fight, so we'll let her rest up, but part of the crew, so she's on the mission. You guys are unrestricted. We brought a Stowaway Clean Sweeper with us. That is fine. And then this hive. Oh, and we have like a little structure. Go ahead and we will set this for auto hacking. You guys are 100% on vac resistance. So we are solid. Okay, Doug, where are you at? Doug will set you to search and destroy, and then we will just follow you in. Oh, I love the like muted space sounds. I know it's more sound than we would hear, but you know, potentially for them, they would hear the vibration coming through their suits, their gloves, or whatever, right? Let's turn off search and destroy. Let's enter the cave. Okay, got an insect layer. Doug, why don't you go ahead and start just like opening walls up and we will follow you around, good sir. Man, it's just all slimy wall. What I would like to do is maybe you guys can just kind of like walk around and see if you hear anything, and we'll see if we can just like get straight to the queen. Doug, why don't you head that way? Okay, it is up here somewhere. Who is it that heard it? Cristobal. Okay, so it's either this side or that side. Doug, let's have you go. Okay, there she is. Doug, you stand right there. Everyone else kind of like back up. Oh, those guys appeared from nowhere. Okay, she's come out, so we'll just take that on. Oh, she's down. I'm not going to worry about any other loot up here, but we will hack that building and see what's going on in there. Oh, Marine, you can't see anything? Well, it's over now. Oh, is she down? Like, we could capture her, right? We could. We have no reason to capture her. I've never captured one before. We could, like, capture her and try and tame her. But maybe a different playthrough. Well, we're gonna go check out at least a couple of these rooms. I think our colonists are more injured from a recent social fight than they are from each other. Why don't you go ahead and do that? And you guys can come down here, Doug down there. Oh, Cristobal, I don't need to draft you. I can just tell you to come do the thing. Zoe, why don't you come do this one? Mysterious complex caper. Okay, just down on the planet. Doug, you can head this way. You guys back him up. I assume that's going to be grab panels. Hack those. You guys can go for now. Last door open. Actually, while you guys are here. Wait, which blast door opened? Oh. Never mind, one that we can't get to yet. Well, we are gonna check out the rest of these rooms. That looks fine. We only had one trap so far. I haven't seen any turrets, so we're like due for something else. And oh, beautiful. Multiple shields, not a big deal. Okay, Speedy's acid spraying launcher. Customized wide barrel shell launcher, by default configured to fire smoke shells, also sprays acid. It's probably like a gizmo button and has a cooldown. A gastro analyzer. I don't think I've used one of these before. What does it do? Cooking speed +5. Oh, that's neat. And a log. Okay. Well, we'll deconstruct those so that they don't store stuff on them. Yeah, I guess we can do that. We also got a weapon out of here. It was a masterwork Hellcat rifle. Oh, a custom one. So, tactical sight. This weapon has a custom sight, increasing its accuracy at long range. Okay, nothing too exciting. We are not even halfway through with this yet. Maybe we're like a third of the way. 20,000 steel. So hopefully we won't have to do any more steel mining for quite a while. We are just about done mining all this up. We're going to be bringing home close to like 60,000 steel, if not 60,000 steel. So that is great. We also just had like a little event. We are able to reform our ideology, but I haven't thought about it. So I might poke around. We'll see if there's anything that we want to add. Stack wise, everyone has stacks except I guess I missed a few people on the Solaire and Christina. We not stick a stack in you? Well, you're here, so we can do that right now. What else are we doing? We're building some couches out here, just kind of decorating. We're putting some bookcases down so people actually have somewhere to read instead of wandering over to the stockpile and then finding whatever chair that they can find. And we are currently researching multi-barrel destruction, the reactor. We've just finished hypertech components, but that doesn't actually let us do... What is it? It doesn't actually let us make hypertech components. So you've now analyzed the data on hyper components. You can use hypercomponents to build the most advanced defenses and production facilities, but you'll have to steal them off the Ultratech faction. Ultratech raiders will occasionally carry them. We have some. We have 4 because they raided us like pretty early on. Not that we didn't sell those, and I was worried that it might be part of like the armor construction, but it's not. We just need alloy and regular components and all that fun stuff. We'll take a look at this void armor to see if it's any good. I like that it kind of looks like a mask. If it's crazy exceptional, then maybe we upgrade Lucien with it. Potentially some other folks, so we'll figure that out. Other stuff, let's take a look at antimatter. Okay, so we don't need hypertech components for that stuff. Let's queue that up over on this bench. Let's do antimatter rifles. And let's do like 2 of them. And then we're making neural stacks. Let's just like go to details and say let's do this until we have like 5. And that'll be good. Well, we've just had our first pregnancy. They just got married. This will be interesting. Where do we want to put that? Actually, why don't we unassign you guys? Let's do you and you here. And we will throw a crib down in your room. Furniture, crib. Deal. Let's just do it right there. And then I guess some toys. Something like that. A little toy box. And a classroom. I'm thinking one of these bedrooms. We could put the classroom like in the reactor room. Oh, guess we have marble. Do something like that. And some chairs for it. And I guess very strange, very awkward. Putting toys in a classroom next to a particle accelerator. We could close it off, I guess. Could do something like that. Oh, maybe not with those blocks. Something like this. If we're gonna do that, I guess let's move. This is shipbuilding stuff, so we can put this right here. It's very accessible to the ship, and then we will move this light and move some of these heaters so that we can put a door right there. And I guess right there. Okay. I think that's fine. So we're having to leave about 15,000 steel behind. And also go ahead and remove steel from this box again. But we're bringing like 40,000 steel home. So definitely a win. Let's confirm. Begin. We'll launch them, and then I think my plan of attack is that we'll load up these guys as kind of like a strike squad into the grav shuttle. We'll take the grav shuttle and we will land it here at the legendary crypto forge. Once they've kind of like secured a foothold, I think they're gonna have to, like, if there is salvageable junk all around, I think they'll have to clear it. And then we will fly the Solarian and the Athenax in. So we'll have ship defenses on the ground and those crews. And we'll get the Crucible strike team back on the space station. We'll let these guys just kind of like handle what's going on down there. Might actually leave some of our crafters because there is a note about about us needing to craft as quickly as we can. Ship, why aren't you taking off? Oh, Marine, you're outside the ship. Okay. I don't know if the resources for crafting are going to be there. So I think what we'll do is we will load up the Solaire with components, plasteel, uranium, gold, all the things that we might need if we need to provide the resources. I have no idea what's going to be going on. So we will find out together. But before we find that out, we've got to unload this ship. And I want to get a grav hulk down. So let's go ahead and do that. I guess we'll just stick it right there for now, and then we'll kind of see what the range on it is when we build it, and we'll move it up or down as appropriate. Well, we got the grav hulk engine built, so I think we're going to call it Lucien's Vengeance. We're queuing up the last little bit of work. I haven't checked on our anomaly research in a while, and obviously I've been missing messages. So looks like we weren't doing any advanced research. Okay, well then. If we install you back there. So hard to see with these guys down. Oh, you're having to uninstall all that stuff. Okay, let's get this sorted. Okay. Let's actually count. 5, 6, 7. So you need to be there. Let's move you here. Is anyone coming? My constructoids just decided to leave me hanging. Well, I guess they have tons of other stuff to do. We'll move this up, and then we'll figure out where this is going to go, and then we'll start figuring out what the actual footprint for this ship will look like. Well, I realized that the episode is, like, not quite there, but I don't think we're going to have enough time to do the Crypto Forge today. I think we're all ready and prepared for it if we do it tomorrow. So we will do it tomorrow. The ship silhouette, I'm not completely satisfied with it yet. I feel like this is a little too bulbous back here, so I might bring that in. And then as we get some of these substructures down and I'm able to kind of like move the grav field extenders around, I do want to kind of sharpen the top up a little bit. That being said, we still, even with all these plans down, we still have probably like 500 tiles to play with. So maybe sharpening this up a little bit, maybe adding some protrusions here, kind of like rounding this out. Maybe not right on the edge, but maybe a rounded feature here and a matching one there. And I'm thinking about it. It looks a little bit like a bumblebee to me, which I find amusing, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes as they kind of fill it in and as I can kind of like move some of these things around. When it comes to research, we are doing our last 2 little bits of research, regular research. We still have a little bit of anomaly stuff to do that we're not even going to use, so I'm not too worried about it. So if we take a look at antimatter, you have the antimatter reactor. It is freaking huge. It takes a lot of resources, and it is like an even number, isn't it? Oh, I hate this. 12 by 12, so we can't center it. I do not like that. I do not like that. It is too big. too big for symmetry. Not something I can fix, though. So I might make a small adjustment. We might make it 11 by 11. And if that's the case, then planning-wise, 11 by 11. Those plans. We would be able to center it here. And then we would need, I think, the reactor injectors. These are 2 by 3. Okay. Yeah, that might be a problem. Well, these aren't the right shape. I don't know. We'll have to see what we can do. Reactor power converter. I don't even know what that does. So, captures the output beam of the antimatter reactor and turns it into usable electric power. So we build one of these here, and then we build one of these like here. And then it's not centered with animations if we make changes to it, unless I'm very tedious about it. Okay, things for me to think about. But we'll take another look at this before we go. Well, I think we have a silhouette. I think it might be this. I might push this rounded section forward just a little bit. I just moved this guy over. I think we can move it right there. We do that? No, not right there. Right there. We do that, we can push that rounded section up just a little bit. I think this is going to be close to the 4,140 tiles. I don't know if it's going to be exact. And then once we get the engines in, that's going to give us more tile allowance, but any tile allowance that we're not using will end up being power output from the grav engine, so I think that's fine. It's kind of giving me like Romulan Bird of Prey vibes, just a little bit. I'm not super satisfied with kind of the bridge area. It feels a little just like out of place. Maybe I'll try and match the rounding here, and we'll get that going. And then I'm thinking about like docking points. Like, yeah, we can dock from the bridge. I would rather have like a docking point on the side, maybe. Well, I guess we'll do docking points from the bridge like we have up here with this, the Solar and the Athenax. And then we'll do some docking points on the side for asteroids. Just because if an asteroid's taking up like the majority of the center of a map, I don't think we're going to be able to land like long-wise. I did just want to showcase like how big the ship can be, right? So this is going to be the max length of the ship. Of course, we could make that the width. We could do all kinds of things. Now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, oh, what if we did like a little star type formation, kind of not quite like the Crucible, but I don't know. I could sit here and like design the ship all day, every day. So we'll just have to see how patient I am with this tomorrow, because I have some things that I need to get done. And this episode is definitely where... Oh, that kitty just stepped on my record button, so I'm gonna move the little stream deck over. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. I'll probably spend a lot of time in the morning tomorrow just seeing what we can do to get most of this done, but the meat of the episode tomorrow will be our mission to the Crypto Forge. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. As always, until next time, have a good one. Bye.